Welcome back to the Late to Chess podcast. And I'm sorry to report that the doctor is not making house call this time. Maybe. He might get here. He's stuck. But anyway, but we have a guest. So you don't have to listen to me, and I am diluted. So this podcast has the potential of being good. We have somebody I've dealt with so many times on emails through, I think I've assisted 3 or 4 people buy one of these, and he's been great and no issues. And we thought it was such a good product, we thought we'd have him on it. We could talk about it. So from ChessNoteR, we have Joey Troy. Welcome to the podcast, Joey.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here, Bill.
So I think we talked on the email. I went to my first couple tournaments, and I was a debacle just writing down the moves. It sounds so easy. It looks so easy when you play online. But I found that I was at best distracting myself, limited brain capacity, trying to just do that. I wasn't even worried about the moves that I had to do. So quickly did some searching around, found you, and you essentially solved my problem. So I wanted to thank you officially in public. Everybody can see. Well, here, whatever. And
That's awesome.
thanks for your product. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad it's working out for you. I mean, that was the whole goal for ChessNoteR when I created it, was trying to make electronic notation easy for the masses.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody struggles with it. Maybe your top players don't. Carl's and anybody else up top probably don't struggle with notation.
Well, they don't do it.
But
They
they
just
also
have the
have their,
digital board. So
exactly. Yeah, they also have the DGD board. So yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, no, I think for me myself personally, when I was playing chess much younger, I was struggling so bad, high school especially, just trying to notate games. If I have one game ever that I've notated that I can actually read from beginning to end, I would be absolutely floored. Most of my games I'd get to like move like 20, 25, 15, and it's just chicken scratch, or I missed a move and then I missed like 2 or 3 moves, and then you get so caught up trying to go back and try to fix those moves that
yep.
you just have a mess.
Yeah, I have lost to the Forever Wins my first game I ever played, because I think I played as black, and I think I may have transposed a couple squares from what they would be if I was black to what they would be if I was white. And I tried reconstituting the game, and it's gone. There's no way. It's dead.
Yeah.
So the beating that I took, I can't even learn from, which was the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, well, and I think that's as you continue to use the ChessNoteR, that's where you're going to see progress. The key is
Oh, this
going
was why
back
I
and
bought
looking
the
at your
ChessNoteR.
games.
This wasn't the ChessNoteR
Yeah.
problem. This was
No, but I'm just saying, like, now that you have the ChessNoteR, like, you'll
oh,
probably
it's so
start
easy.
seeing your rating increase, just because a couple things, right? You can focus on the game.
Yep.
You're not so caught up in worrying about your notation. Even if you miss a move or two, it's easy to go back because you can see it on the screen and just easily put in the moves that you may have missed. And then the huge benefit, of course, is downloading the PGN off the device and then basically opening up with ChessBase or Chess or chess.com or whatever, and essentially going over your game. And that's where all the the magic is, all the gold,
Well,
so
the
to
thing that
speak.
tipped me over the edge, besides my inadequacies and ineptitude, was it keeps the time, and we're both a doctor, and doctor has one as well. So he saw mine, and he's like, "Oh, I need one of those." So we ordered one for him real fast. But in the chess dojo, it's critical that we know the time, so we can see when we played, how long we took, and was that a contributing factor to some of our moves that are graciously called debacles. And so Jesse and the senseis there, they're always like, "You move too fast," and I'm like, "But my other hobby is racing cars, so it's just what I do." But it's tremendous help. So I guess we've talked about it enough. We might as well say what it is. We have never said that.
Yeah. So yeah, essentially, yeah, ChessNoteR is an electronic notation device that basically runs on a repurposed cell phone with a custom operating system and a chess notation application that's been certified by US Chess. And the first two units that I made, the ChessNoteR 6 and ChessNoteR 9, were certified by FIDE. I'm still working with FIDE to get the N5X to be certified as well.
Hmm.
So
So it's not just a phone though. You also have a larger format one, like a small pad.
I used to have the small pad. I can't get those in stock anymore. Usually, what'll happen is they'll come up on eBay, and then a bunch of customers will buy them, and then they'll ship them the devices to me, and then I'll reload them with the software and stuff and ship them back. Unfortunately, because those units are so old,
Yeah.
it's hard to get them into stock anymore. Is kind of the breakdown. So the only ones that I'm getting right now are the HTC Nexus 5Xs.
Okay.
Those ones are the ones that I'm currently getting brand new in the box, and then basically reloading the software on them, and then locking them down and sending them to customers.
So that would be like the cell phone format size.
Yeah, correct,
Okay.
correct.
Is there like peeking behind like are they um certified by USCF and FIDE by device, or is it by? I would think your software, once you wipe everything, it should be grandfathered in, but maybe I'm just being too hopeful.
Yeah, so it's they basically are certifying it based on the device. So
Okay.
even though the software is identical from version to version to version, like whether it's the 6 or the 9 or the 5X, um, they're basically certifying it based on the actual device.
Nick.
So I have to send three devices each type that I send to US Chess or FIDE, and then it goes through rigorous processes to get certified.
Is rigorous processes code for the president gets to use one for free? I mean, I'm just curious. Vice president gets the littler one. I could see how this goes.
I will say that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but the president of US Chess does own a ChessNoteR. He purchased
There
it
we
with his own
go.
money. So, but yes, he loves the ChessNoteR. He loves to use it in tournaments and stuff like that. But he wasn't the original president when I got certified, for what it's
That's
worth.
fine. I'm
So,
just we
yeah.
just have fun. I mean, if you've ever listened to the podcast, we're not good enough to be serious, so we got to have some fun with
Oh
it.
no, no, I've watched a couple of them. You guys are great.
So,
So
okay. So for the people who haven't used one, it's basically a device. It could be a pad or a phone, and then you physically move the pieces with either a finger or a stylus, just like you
yeah,
would see on the interface is similar to what you would see on a online game. So instead of writing anything, you just go blip blip, and then your opponent moves. You go blip blip, and
yeah,
it records everything perfectly for you. And the thing that I like particularly, which I didn't even think about, was sometimes doing the postmortems. The opponent, you can just go through the game on the ChessNoteR if you don't have time to go set up a board to get everything there, and you're not
yeah.
one of the gifted people who can like recall like, oh, move 18, you moved your knight to. I'm like, I have no idea how you people do these things, but someday we'll get there. Don't you remember on move 16 you did it? You should have done this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what color was I? I mean, it's slow down.
Exactly.
So, but that's been helpful. So so what made you decide, hey, I need to make one of these because it's not a trivial task to not only
No,
to do it
no,
but to
this
get it
took,
certified.
yeah, it took many, many years. It wasn't like I just built a device and then shipped it off to US Chess and they're like, oh, cool, approved,
Yeah,
stamp of
we need
approval.
those.
You're good. Yeah, yeah, no. So I got my approval in 2017. That's when I
Okay.
got the first device certified. I started working on ChessNoteR in 2008.
Oof.
So put those numbers
What about
together.
the silicon guys who just say, fast to
I
market,
know,
they
yeah,
build
they could just
it,
pump
build
them
it, break
out.
it, and who cares? Screw you
Yeah,
people who get the
exactly.
first ones.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so going way back, so the very first electronic notation device was called the Monoir, which was basically like a PDA stylus. It was created by a Canadian company. They were the first ones to see, I want to say like right around 2000s. like early 2000s is when they came out, and they hit the scene, and everybody's like, oh, gotta get one. They were super expensive at the time. They were like $3.99, I think. And I was
Back
like
then.
saving up all my money.
Yeah.
And by the time I saved up all my money, they didn't have them anymore. They ran out of stock, and they didn't have any
Ran
more
out of
devices to sell.
Moonwa.
Moonwa, yeah.
That's why we
Nice,
get paid no
nice.
bucks. Bad joke.
That's awesome. So after that, another company came out, which was Enotate, and essentially, it was the creator was from Chicago. His name was Fenn, and he essentially built the notation software for a Dell Axiom. And so I bought one. I bought a Dell Axiom. They were pretty cheap at the time. You could get one used off of eBay for, 100, $200, something like that.
Mhm.
And then his software, I want to say it was like maybe $30 or something like that. And then
Right.
you basically would download a software, install it on the PDA, and then voila, you've got electronic notation with the stylist. And it was really great, and it worked really wonderful. I actually worked with him on his manual a little bit, and also tested like different Dell Axiom devices for him. So I really liked what he had, and then shortly after that, another company came out called Plot Counter, and then basically they had like it was a really small device and little stylus, and it wasn't really good. There was a lot of people that didn't like it. There was a lot of problems with like the screen calibration and stuff, and you'd have to calibrate like almost every move, or
Oh wow.
yeah, it was just really cheaply made, I think, and so. This whole time I've been like in and out of chess, playing a lot. Started a club here locally in Belen, New Mexico, and just keep playing chess. And then started getting more involved with all this stuff. And then in 2008, I was all gung ho. I was ready to go. I contacted US Chess. I saw they had like a certification process that you'd have to go through. I went out and spent a lot of money on a MacBook Pro. I was like, I'm going to build an application for an iPhone. Everybody's got an iPhone. You can download it from the store, and you're good to go. And so I spent all this money, and then I contacted US Chess, and they're like, yeah, you can't use a cell phone.
Minor detail.
Minor detail.
I was
So
so close, yet so
so
far.
close yet so far away. So yeah, so I took my I don't know what I spent, like $3,000 or $4,000 on that Mac, and I ended up selling it. And then at that time I was doing a lot of Android development, and I was building custom ROMs for cell phones, and
Hmm.
that just kind of like started piquing my interest. And I was like, hey, I could probably do this. I could probably take a cell phone, build a custom operating system for it, and then I could lock down the operating system so it's no longer a cell phone, right? It's just a dumb device that can only do certain things. So that's kind of like where the whole thing came in, and I started working on that, and basically built an operating system, because Google's operating system for Android's all open source, so anybody can download it and do whatever they want with it. So that's essentially what I did, is customized the heck out of the operating system, locked it all down, and then the problem was trying to secure the phone so that users couldn't unlock the phone. That was the
Right.
big thing. So so essentially, what happened with all that was Google came out finally with the Nexus line, and Google offers what's called a bootloader on the device, which you can unlock and relock. They like to have an open platform. Other companies like Samsung, Motorola, HTC, LG, all these companies back in those days, you couldn't unlock them. There was ways to like root the devices that people were doing, like on XDA, which is the XDA developers forum online, to root devices and basically unlock them. But what was really cool is Google offered that. So you could unlock it, and then you could install an operating system and relock it, and then you couldn't unlock it. So I finally
Right.
had the operating system tied down with the device. That was the Nexus 6 from Google. And then essentially from there, it was just getting the application put together. So it just yeah, lots of development, lots of just grind. And then I was working with US Chess seriously, probably 2012, I think, is when we got really serious with our conversation about like, hey, I'm getting really close here. I've got something that I'm getting together. Can you guys send me the rules? I want to make sure that this meets all the rules and stuff like
Right.
that. And just kept grinding. Having a daytime job, so don't have a lot of time to do all this in the evenings. Just
Right.
had my son. Life happens. All that fun stuff. Still running a chess club on the side. So But yeah, it all slowly came together. Got the application up and running. Met all the rules of U.S. chess. Sent them 3 devices, and then just waited and waited and waited, and months went by, and then finally got a phone call that we were certified. So
Either a cell phone.
you broke up. I can't hear you.
It's either a tablet or a cell phone, usually a cell phone now. But everything, you wipe everything off, basically scrub it clean, take away any of the cellular service. It still has Wi-Fi, but you can't use the device and have Wi-Fi enabled, which I think is
Correct.
probably critical to them. And then you basically start the program, enter your opponent, what color you're playing, and it's really that simple. I mean, I've
Yeah,
taught several
super
people how
easy.
to use it, and
Yeah,
then you finish the game, sign off. Which, to be fair, I've never had anybody sign off. I just kind of do the finger wiggle, but I guess you needed to have that for USCF,
yeah,
and then you can PGN it to yourself, and with or without the times. I like the times, and then you can do anything you want. You can put it wherever you want, do whatever you want, and it's there forever. And the nice thing is you cleaned out everything off the device, so you have lots of room for files.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So essentially, like you buy the 32 gig device, you load the operating system. It's 7, 8 gigs, and then the rest is all storage. And you're talking PGN files are 2, 3K,
Yeah,
4K
maybe.
a file,
Yep.
maybe depending on how long your game ran, and then your PDF is maybe 25 to 100K. So yeah, you've got a device that will last you for your whole life as long as you take care of it and treat it well. And if your battery goes bad, ship it back to ChessNote, or we'll replace it for you and take care of it for you.
Bonus. I was
You
gonna I
know,
was gonna
so
go there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the thing that I thought was pretty cool that I didn't expect was it keeps track of your opponents, so you can go look at prior games, or like if you play the same people,
yeah,
like if you're in a chess club, I guess. If you play the same people over and over, you can actually build up a database right there, and you could just quickly go through it. And like, I played John uh, 16 times already, and what does he do when he's playing black? Well, he seems to always play the Caro Kann. So guess what I'm going to look at doing?
playing
Maybe
against
I
the
should
yeah,
figure out what I should do against the Caro Kann if I don't already have that figured out. Which at my level, I don't have anything figured out, so that requires work. But that was kind of a pleasant surprise that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So it's
yeah, yeah.
it's taken a lot of stress out of online play too. I mean, over the board play.
Yeah, and that was really, I think, the intent of this whole thing was one, make it extremely easy,
Yep.
make it really simplistic, but make it capable. And what's really cool is like when I first released the ChessNoteR, the customers started purchasing, they got excited, and it was, I have never really marketed the device. I put out like maybe a few things in US chess
Hmm.
magazines and stuff, but I haven't really marketed it hard. I've just like kind of like let it spread the word by people using it and showing other people like, man, what is that? Show it to me, because I'm sure there's people that ask you, hey, what is
They have
that? What
no
are you
idea what it is.
doing? Yeah, exactly. Most people don't. So, and then when they find out, they're like, the next thing you know, I've got a sale.
Yep.
So yeah, it's worked out really well. But the whole thing that's so sweet about it, and still so sweet about it, is that a lot of the features and capabilities that are built in the software are all from ChessNoteR customers. It wasn't just me.
Right.
I built the initial system, and then people were like, "Oh, it'd be so cool if you did this," or "Oh, hey, the Manoir used to do this. Can you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that. Like, not a problem. Like, it's just software. It's not a big deal." But the problem is, it's not as easy as that, right?
Yes.
I build the software, I make the changes, and then I have to go back through certification again.
Yep. Yep. Because I
So,
asked you a simple question, which had a very complicated answer, but it's okay. I get it. I have to go through the checklist too, because the thing is
yeah,
when the doctor and I and a couple other dojo friends, when we input the times, it gives the increment, not the absolutes. We just have to do some math. Which if there
yeah,
was like a
yeah,
checkbox, that would be cool, but it doesn't matter. It's trivial to do. Just being lazy. That's how I roll. That's what an engineer is someone who's fairly smart and incredibly lazy. I will spend hours trying to save 3 seconds out of a process. It's fine. We don't have any mental problems on this side, but
yeah.
maybe
None.
maybe we
Yeah,
do.
we're chess players. We don't have any mental
No,
problems.
no mental problems whatsoever. So it's not free, but I think I've got a marketing idea for you. And when an engineer says, I think I've got a marketing idea, you should say politely, thank you, and then run far away. I think the price is proportional to the ELO you get when you buy it. So you're buying ELO.
There you go. That's good. That's a great way to pitch it.
Oh, you're so polite. The doctor would tell it to me straight. He'd be like, Bill, that sucks. Yep. Yep. That's what it is. That's what I think. But yeah, it's quite fun, and like I said, it really is pretty simple, and I've enjoyed using it at all the over the board tournaments that we've used, and like I said, the doctor had to have one after he saw mine, and then a couple other people have had to. So I haven't put your kids through college yet, but maybe elementary school, maybe kindergarten. I don't know. It depends
Maybe.
how expensive your school is.
Yeah, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not rich or anything like
No,
that.
no.
It's just it's a fun thing to do. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work. Working with the different organizations and stuff and making sure to meet their stipulations and rules and stuff like that. So it's not as easy as like, oh, I'm going to just install like an app or build an app and put it like in the Apple Store or the Android Store, and anybody can buy it. There's so
That would
many
be way
rules
too
and so many
easy.
regulations. Yeah, it'd be way too easy. So I think everything that us chess players do, it's always got to be hard.
Yeah,
Even if it's just for just a little something at the end.
100%.
You're like, I won. I got like 15 points on my rating. This is awesome.
I know. I sit there and I look at because the dojo they keep track of how many hours you work, and I keep looking at my rating, and I look at the hours, and one of them I'm not going to tell you which one. One of them is bigger. It's not the one I want. It's not a
I'm
very good
guessing it's
ratio.
the hours that you've spent
The
on trying to get better
hours
at playing
are
chess.
much better than my rating.
Yeah,
Sigh,
yeah.
heavy,
I
heavy
mean,
sigh.
yeah. So the bigger question is like, so I haven't kept up with the full show. So how long
Yep.
have you guys been playing chess?
We took a really long break. Like the doctor said, I think he played. He started playing roughly a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago from now. But the break was like 37 years, and I've been playing like a year and a half, and my break was when Tyson fought Spinks, and it's a really
Oh
stupid
wow.
story. But so I go over to my friend's house. Where we're going to watch the fight, and he's got a chess set. And I'm like, hey, I like chess. I used to play chess, and I never played. I played against people in school, but no like tournaments. Or I didn't know what en passant was. Honestly, we had the king and queen could be on either one of the squares. It didn't really matter. So sometimes they'd be opposite each other, sometimes they'd be diagonal, whatever. And castling didn't know about that one either. So he crushed me, and I never played again. And then like a year or two later, I was doing some other stuff, and they're like, Ed's his name was Ed, surprisingly. Ed's father's a grandmaster. I'm like, oh, okay, that explains a lot why he just smashed me, like not even
Yeah.
close. Because I think one of the games I played. I think I was white, and my first move was A4 because that's how I played. Not many openings. I've looked through the database. I'm trying to figure out what opening theory I was following, and I think it's referred to as no theory.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Ter-
awesome.
Terrible, but I
Yeah.
could beat a normal human. I couldn't beat anybody who knew how to play. That was it. It's fine. Then I came back, and my head's flatter from banging it against the wall so much, but it's okay. We're having a good time. So not too long. Haven't been playing much, but I have played enough over. I haven't played enough to know how much it went up, but my rating did go up before. Like, let's talk pre-noter and post-noter. Post-noter, I was a better, higher rated player than I was pre-noter. So, and I could actually review my game, so there was a bonus there.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's usually what happens I'll look at like just statistically right from all the customers
Uh huh.
because when you purchase the devices, you give me your US Chess ID just so I can
Yep.
assign that device to you specifically when I build it because I build the operating system just for you just for you. That's how much I care about you, Bill. So, but yeah, I've gone back and I've looked at a bunch of the players and just watched their ratings just increase after owning the
Yep.
Noter. Now I can't tell if they're still using the Noter or not. Because I
Yeah.
don't. There's
Don't have
nothing
enough
in the
time to
software that
do all
like
that.
brings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have time to build all that in the system. That's too much work.
Oh, wow. But it has helped me, and doctor said to pass along his sorrow that you have to, and thank you for the ChessNoteR. So he appreciates it as well.
Well, Dr. Popop, it's my pleasure, sir.
There you go, doctor. You've been served. So so when with children and ChessNoteR and a real job on the side, kind of distracting you, do you get to play at all? Do you still have some fun?
I still play every once in a while. I haven't played in a while. I played in a tournament probably last year. I try to go to a tournament once a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to get out there and stuff. I still help as much as I can with local chess here in New Mexico. Chess here in New Mexico is it's the problem is we're so disconnected as a state because all our cities are so far apart from each other.
Yeah.
So you got Albuquerque, which is 45 minutes from me. Then you got a bunch of players down in Las Cruces, which is 4 hours from me.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
then
right
you've
around the
got
corner.
players
It's in the
down
same
in
state.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then you've got Socorro and you've got a bunch of players down there at Tech that play at the university and stuff, and they're 45 minutes away. So
Yep.
it's we're just so disconnected with chess throughout the state because pretty much the big place where everybody plays is in Albuquerque. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I was really focused on trying to keep the club running here locally, and it just took up too much time between work and
Right.
family and ChessNoteR, and then I spend a lot of time now too with astronomy. During COVID, I couldn't play chess, so I started looking up to the stars, and that was the big focus. So
You're in a good spot for it.
yeah, oh, great spot for it. Yeah, we've got really, really dark skies here in New Mexico. They're fantastic. So I love that hobby. So I do astrophotography. I spend a lot of time with the Albuquerque Astronomical Society, and I'm part of the community there and help them. And we have a private observatory not too far from my house, which is really nice. So I go out there and do stuff. So that's kind of like it's in there. I've got chess. The great thing is though, we do have a chess set at the observatory
I
that
was
I
gonna say you
brought.
got plenty of room,
Yeah, so
plenty of
we've got
time.
yeah, so every once in a while we'll get the chess set out and we'll push the pieces around. So I do play there quite a bit. I'll every once in a while when I'm up in Albuquerque, I try to go see my uncle and play chess with him.
Mm-hmm.
He does. We don't play casual chess though. We play 960. So we like to play
Oh,
Fisher Random. Yeah,
oh,
that's our jam.
I just it just gets worse. I played it twice now. I'm on my second game, and it's just like, mind blowing.
Yeah, to me, I think the sweet thing about 960 is that you can't prepare.
No,
You can't go. Yeah, you can't go in like, oh, I'm gonna play the King's Gambit, or I'm gonna
nope.
play the Carol Can, or
I mean, you
no, you're
can
gonna
you can make it
play
look
whatever
like
your
that.
piece. You're gonna play whatever the pieces give you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, I feel like Fisher when he created 960, I think that was like the pinnacle of his chess. Like he got so good, he beat so many people. He's like this game is boring. Like I can't. There's only so much opening theory I can learn by myself. There's no one else that can challenge me. I feel like Magnus is probably in that same area where he's just like I can only win so many times and be the world champion so many times. This is boring, guys.
I know. Okay, so we may have some new to chess players. Fisher 960 or wait, Fisher random or chess 960 is it?
CT, yeah. I don't
So
know. It's
let's
Fisher chess.
let's describe. Oh, well, you're not going to get a complaint from me. He even spelled it right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's just describe what the original pieces are setup wise, and then maybe some people will ones and you shuffle them. This is my joke. And then you take the back pieces and you shuffle them, but you still have to have a rook on either side of the king, right? That's the only shuffle rule.
I don't know. I usually just I go online because I'm lazy, right? That engineer lazy
Right,
thing, and I'm
right
just
there
like,
with you.
oh,
Saves some
yeah. I'm
time.
like all
960
random
key.
generator 960, and it generates the board. I just set up the pieces and we play.
So what happens? I played it one time against the doctor, and I was stuck in traffic. And like on move three, I just hang my rook, just because I just moved a pawn like I normally would, except that wasn't a bishop that I moved it from. It was a rook. And he just said, you just hung your rook. I'm like, oh no, because
Yeah,
if you lose a piece against the doctor, it's pretty much over, and it was
it's
just
pretty much.
painful.
I guess that's why they call him the doctor.
I know, kills me. But I'm in my second game right now. Know what to do on move one? Don't even know.
Yeah, that's what I love about random. It's random is the best. It's
Yeah. Well,
you're
I'm not sure I'm good
yeah
enough to be the best yet. I'm working on it though. I
yeah.
got the right
Oh,
name.
I'm no, trust me. I'm not saying I'm good at 960. I'm just
Oh,
saying
okay.
I
All
enjoy
right.
it. I enjoy 960 because it's just so random. That's what
It's
I think is great about it.
I think it is oh, a lot about chess, and you're getting pretty good. Just try it. Just try it.
Just try it. It's fun. Just do it.
It'll make you realize that you don't know that much about chess. Like all that opening theory that you know. Nope.
Nope, doesn't even cut. Yeah,
Nope.
just throw it out the door.
It might help you
Yeah,
every 960 games or so, but the rest of them, no help whatsoever.
exactly,
Kind of crazy.
exactly.
So according to my rough geography, I was doing the math with the differences between distances. You're somewhere around Santa Fe.
No, down more
Oh,
down
you're the
south.
other side. Okay.
Yeah, so Santa Fe's up here. Then you got Albuquerque. You got Los Lunas. Then you got Belen.
Okay. All right. I was like
Yeah,
sitting there going distance wise. I'm like, I think, but
yeah,
me doing geography in New Mexico is not ever gonna go well because
yeah.
there's lots of stuff in between. Lots of stuff in between. It's not like you
There are
live in
lots of
Rhode
stuff.
Island.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So if people wanted to get a chess noter besides calling me and then having me call you and then because we've done that, I don't know, 3 times now, uh, how would they get one?
They just go to chessnoter.com.
What?
And that's just, yeah, super
So
easy.
easy.
It's so easy. They could just click on the shopping cart and just buy one, and that's it. It's super easy.
I know.
It's
See,
amazing.
the problem is that I'm old. One of the people, doctor, is almost as old, and then another person is not young as well. So we needed the best one we could get. So we had to go find
Oh,
the
no.
tablet because these glasses aren't for show, baby. I want those squares as big as I can. So
As big as you can, yeah. And unfortunately, like the small device, it's small. I mean, it's
it's not
hand
terrible
size.
small, but
Yeah, it's not
it's not as
terrible.
big as I could get. So I wanted it bigger.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I've got the. I don't have the tablet right next to me. It's probably in the closet behind me, but
Yeah,
yeah, the
but
tablet was nice.
it's a good thing. And how goes the process for new devices? Is that a full refresh from USCF or whomever? Or?
Oh yeah, like if I need to do a new device, yeah,
Yeah.
it's send it back in. So that's what I did with the 5Xs and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I shipped those all in and had to work through the whole process and stuff. It's not. It didn't take as long as the first
Oh,
time, of
okay.
course, because I've been doing this for a minute. They know me
Okay.
now. They're like, oh yeah, that Joey Troy kid from New Mexico. We know that guy.
Yeah.
So
He's not so bad. He's not so
he's
bad.
not so bad. Yeah. Well, and during that time when I was like when right when I started and things were getting, we were getting busy. We were going out on the road. I did a couple tournaments. So I went to California. Went to like a huge tournament. There was like I don't know 1,200 kids. It was crazy.
Wow.
And then I
You
did
just gave
another
them out one
tournament.
each for anybody who entered.
I was just handing them out like can't no.
That's right. They were Tic Tacs. They were everywhere.
No, it wasn't like crazy sales, but it was good. So during that time when I was really busy and really trying to do as much as I could, I also was on the New Mexico delegate. I was a New Mexico delegate basically for U.S. Chess. So I was trying to get really involved with chess as much as I can, help any way that I could.
Hmm.
Assisting. It wasn't just like hey, I'm doing this cool product and you guys should like buy it because I'm a delegate. It was more of, hey guys, I've created this cool product. How else can I help U.S. Chess? where are we
Right.
lacking in technology? Where can we like improve things that we're doing as an organization for all the chess players and try to help better all the chess players throughout the nation.
Hmm.
But all that was short lived after COVID happened. So
It
after COVID,
kind
it
of a
just
crimp in the
yeah,
OTB,
yeah,
huh?
just a little bit. Yeah, no OTB. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Well, it's like fun. So when you're going to get out there again? Is there a chance I see you in Vegas in June?
I would love to go to Vegas in June.
It's closer for
I've
you than it is
actually
for me.
it is. I've got a pretty big tournament that I'm actually going to in June here in New Mexico. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, I have a feeling
So
they changed the slogan when I go to Vegas. The Elo stays in Vegas. That's I don't know, something about that. Terrible. I have a
that's
feeling I'm going to get just smashed, but it'll be fun. Okay, so we can't have a podcast without talking about a little bit about improving. So, what do you think worked for you, and what would you recommend for somebody who's trying to get to where you are?
So just so your listeners know
Oh,
that
that's
I'm
right. We
not
didn't do that. We
I'm
did
not
that
I'm not way
pre-podcast.
up there. Yeah,
But
I'm
you
not
are
I'm not.
relative to me. You are.
Well, yeah, yeah. So my U.S. chess rating is like I think 1547 or something like that. 1540s, 15 somewhere in the 1500s, kind of up there a little in
you
the
know,
1500s. I was really trying to break 16, but I totally failed on that one. So the first thing to get better at chess, of course, is going to be books and learning, spending time. Uh, you're going to need to learn some opening repertoire, of course. And that's where it gets, I think that's where it's difficult with chess, is that you don't want to spend all your time learning openings. There's just too many openings. There's too
yep.
many, at that point, you're just memorizing moves, but you're not understanding why you're memorizing these moves. Why do I have to sacrifice at this point? Or why do I need to, you know, play defense at this point within the
Right.
game? And I think those are things that it's easy to it's that process of just memorization, and it's not very good. It's good to understand why you're making those moves
Yep.
and why that would be the best move at that specific point in the opening. But short of that, I think like a lot of books that I read when I was younger, in high school and stuff, was Yasser Sherwin. He put out a bunch of chess books that were
Hmm.
really good. Um,
I think
it
he's
was
got a
like
new one coming out too.
yeah, it was I can't remember what it was. It was like winning chess strategies or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, there was like a whole set that he had. So I bought the whole set. I donated them to the library here because we used to host our chess club at the library. So that was kind of cool. But the one book that I really enjoyed and I always end up going back to all the time is Reassess Your Chess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like one of my go-tos. It's not for your younger player that's like in your 1200s.
Right.
It's somebody that understands more about strategy and understanding sacrifices, middle games, end games,
Hmm.
and a little bit of theory. So that helped me a lot. But the one thing that I think that really pushed my game, at least got me up, because like for a long time I was like in the 1400s and I could not break it.
Right.
I was like, I'm never gonna see 15. That's like what I always told myself. Like no matter how hard I try, I'm never gonna see 15. And I felt that once I broke that, the only reason I broke it was because I started playing in the open section.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, you just go, get crazy, go to the open section.
Just get
Um,
smashed.
just get smashed because you're going to learn, and you may upset. You might upset somebody that you didn't expect that you're going to upset. But I would say you wouldn't want to go into the open section until you're like in your 13, 1400s. You've got a good understanding of the game.
Okay.
Um, there's a master here in New Mexico, Master Haynes, and his whole philosophy for chess and getting really good at chess is he's like, learn gambits. People don't know
Yep.
how to deal with gambits in tournament play, so I play a lot of gambits now, and play in the open section. Push yourself. Push yourself. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Push yourself and play in the open section. You just never know what'll happen. So I started studying really hard. I was reading Reassess Your Chess. I was setting up the board. I have I think it's one of the Polgars. I don't know if it was. I think it's Susan. She's got like a
The big thick one.
3,000 chess problems or something like
Yeah,
that. So I'd
that's
set
the
up the
problem.
board and
Yeah.
yeah. So every day, 20 problems. Set up the board.
Yep.
Go through them. Next day, 20 problems, go through it, So I really was working on my game and trying to like focus on all that, and also playing gambits like crazy. So I ended up playing in the open section, and I ended up beating a 1900 player. So
Wow.
you just don't know. You just don't know.
I live in
So
an area where there's no chess, so the closest place I can go is about an hour and a half away. And the second ever over the board game I played was a guy who's like 2340 something. It didn't go well.
it didn't go. It usually doesn't go very well. So yeah, so like the last tournament I played in, which would have been last year, I ended up playing. I think it was like a 2000 player. I ended up playing a 2000 player at that tournament where I beat the
Right.
1900 player. But yeah, I mean, it was. I think more of it was nerves than anything. I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like I probably could have played a better game, but I was just like, I'm just gonna play really good chess. I'm not gonna play a gambit. I'm just gonna play real good chess. And no,
And
he
it's over. Yeah.
just pounced me like a cougar.
I,
So
I finally like he's fairly regular where I do go, and my goal the last time I played him was I just wanted him to use the time and not the delay, just one time. Just I wanted him not to be sitting right on 45 the whole time, and I did. I think he
there you
went down to
go.
like 42, but
Hey, look, that's a win.
it was like a
That's a
60
win right
move
there.
game. He went down like 2 minutes, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You know, I have aspirations. I didn't. There was at no point was winning a thought in there, but
Right.
it was kind of fun though. I did get one check. I think it was feeble, but it was I was like, well, you're checkmating me in two, so I'm just gonna throw a check so I can say I did it because it wasn't gonna help. So not like he's gonna mess up on the end game. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I think, and that's what sets the your B and your C players apart from
yeah.
your masters and grandmasters. They know in game theory like with their eyes closed.
hmm And they're always
You know.
like, you know, the grandmasters hang pieces too. I said, yeah, but like once a decade. I do it like once every 15, 20 moves. Actually, that's not true anymore, but it's a better story if I say that. So,
Yeah.
but it does go away if you're still hanging pieces. It does go away. It takes a lot of work. But any uh well, I can't talk today. It's only a podcast. I don't have to talk. Any
Yeah.
like
It doesn't matter.
philosophical things like you like some people think like tempos are the key or piece coordination, or is there anything that kind of was a light bulb moment for you like, oh, if I do this, I don't get killed.
I would say I, it's probably your tempies are really important. I think the other thing for me too is just the aggressiveness of a gambit if
Mm,
played well.
yeah,
It's you're sacrificing so you can get momentum in the game, right?
right.
That's the whole point of it. So to me, I feel like if I can play the gambit well and I don't play it terrible,
hmm
that I usually can, I can usually squeak out a win. Usually, not always, but usually.
My skill, but when I was just past starting, but not anywhere close to where I am now, the people who would play gambits against me, they got the best of both worlds because they would play the gambit. And I was so scared that they knew what the gambit was, I wouldn't take the piece. So they got all the benefits of the gambit and the piece. And I'm just like, I'm just getting smashed. Just absolutely. They're like, well, you fell for the gambit. I'm like, no, I didn't take it. And they're like, you have to take it. If you don't take it, you're dead. I'm like,
Yeah.
now I know this, but because I was like, I'm like, they know what's behind the door. I have no idea what's behind the door. I'm not going to open the door. We'll see how that goes. You know how it goes? Poorly. Goes poorly.
It goes poorly.
It
Yeah.
does.
And to me, that's what's fun about the gambits, at least, and that's why I like to play them a lot.
Mm. All right, so I hate you already. Okay, that's great.
So
But I do love your ChessNoteR.
that's awesome. I'm
It's
glad.
very,
I'm
very
glad.
good. So, in case people have trouble, ChessNoteR is spelled E-R. It's just
Yep.
how it sounds. It's not that hard.
Just how it sounds. Yeah, I try to keep it real simple. We
Hmm.
had a different name originally, but we ended up changing it. So, and when I say we, I mean me and my wife and my son, and we were like, we should come up with a better name.
Anyway, sir, I do appreciate your time. Hopefully,
Most
some
definitely.
people will be ringing off the top of the day as soon as this releases. Hopefully,
Just yeah,
one
momentum sales.
one call. You never know.
You never
But
know.
you know, so
Yeah.
oh, that was one thing I forgot. We actually, to the surprise of the doctor and myself, we have people who don't live in the U.S. that listen to this thing. Why? No idea, but they do. Is there other places that they could use the ChessNoteR that are certified and available, or is it just USCF right now?
So it's tricky. So it's FIDE certified, at least the Nexus 6 and the Nexus 9R, or the
Okay.
N6 and 9 is what I have them listed as on the site. Per the rules of FIDE, only arbiters, which are their TDs, are supposed to be able to give the devices to the player to use. So unlike in the US where this is our personal device, we get to use it for ourselves. In with FIDE tournaments overseas, the arbiter is supposed to be the one giving the device to the player, and then they take the device back.
It seems rather impossible.
Yeah, it's the rules committee, and I haven't had a chance to work with the rules committee. It's real difficult. Like all of this, it's like just one time zones. Two, I'm not going to just hop on a plane and fly across
Right.
across the world to go work with FIDE on this stuff. I've sent them devices, and that's kind of how it's gone. And it was that was so difficult. FIDE took 7 years to get certified after ChessNoteR was certified with U.S. Chess.
Certified, but yet not certified, because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's difficult. It's really hard, and I understand like the with so many things going on, the cheating and everything else. Like it's
right.
just one more thing that you're adding into the tournament game, which people, oh, they're cheating with that. They're cheating with that. No, they're actually taking electronic notation with that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
It's probably not the easiest thing, and,
it's
and
not. It's
believe it or
not.
not, they probably have something else to work on too. So,
Yeah.
but
But I do have customers overseas. I've got customers pretty much all over the place overseas that do use it. There are arbiters that do allow for them
okay.
to keep it as their personal device and use it. Again, it's up to the arbiter, and that's that's the whole thing about the rules of chess. It's even like if you read the handbook for U.S. chess. I mean, there basically the rules say that as the tournament director, you can specify whatever the rules are, but they have to be notified and let everybody know. So if everybody had to, dress up in a chicken outfit and stand on one leg and play chess, hey, that's what we're doing today.
Except the one leg part, I'm in. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good
So
time to me.
sounds like a good time.
So
So
cool. So chessnoter.com. Sounds like fun.
easy breezy.
Thank you, sir. That was great.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate the time. Thank you for letting me come on the show.
Yeah, always fun. Until I
Awesome.
sell another one and I have to call you again and say, okay, how do I do this again? Because I always forget.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks.
Awesome.